All right, y'all. This is Larry Streeter, CEO of KS Bliss Media, and I am the accomplishment junkie. I'm here with comedian, entrepreneur Correy Boyd-Bell, and we just wrapped up a photo shoot. And we have an interesting topic today because we were just talking about creativity in business and being an entrepreneur, and how creativity warrants success as an entrepreneur. But we're gonna get around to that. But first, I want to talk about Correy. She has this event that is going amazing, and I just wanted to ask Correy, like, how do you get to that point where you have to turn people away from the door? You know, it's just growing and growing and getting bigger and bigger. How do you achieve that?
Consistency. Being in the comedy business, it's like out of sight, out of mind. So if you are not on stage, if you're not out, performing or shaking hands and kissing little babies, people will forget about you, whether you are good or not. So it's really about making sure that you're always visible. Keep reminding, you want to be relevant, but you don't want to be common. You don't want people to be able to find you every single day. Oh, well, if I miss her on Tuesday, I can see her on Thursday. So I made my Sunday night show my baby. So I dedicate everything that I have to it. So when I'm not there, I'm talking about it. Even when I'm standing on someone else's stage, I usually end with meet me on Sunday nights. So it really is about being visible and being consistent.
Okay. Visible and consistency. That sounds that's really interesting what you were saying. How you basically are focused on this show, and anything else that happens, you might do some shows here and there, but you really are not looking to do so. You're just so focused on these Sunday evenings and making that your baby, as you said, and watching that grow. At one point, you decided that you were gonna give comedy, your business, your brand in general, not necessarily just comedy, but because in order to do, it takes more than being a comedian to be able to execute a show, organize that, market it, promote it. All of that is very deep. But when did you decide to say, hey, I'm not gonna work this 9 to 5 anymore, and I'm gonna give that my all?
Well, what happens is when you are torn between your passion and what you have to do, it's like serving two masters, and it'll drive you crazy. It'll drive you crazy, especially when you have this big entrepreneurial spirit sitting on your shoulders, kinda. So after a while, the more that I would dedicate it to my brand and my business, the less productive I was at my job. So after a while, the end of December, actually December 1st was my last day working.
2016, right?
2016 was my last day working. I was done with that. Sometimes they call it, I think the technical term is fired, but whatever it is, know that I don't work there no more. Quit, fired, whatever. But it was at that moment that I decided to be 100% dedicated to building my brand, expanding my product line, whatever it was that I wanted to do, and then making sure that my central focus was comedy. So this way I get to travel more, and it's not easy. It's scary. Being your own boss means you pay yourself. So if you don't feel like getting up and going to work, guess who's not getting paid? So it is scary at times, but I think the scarier thing is thinking about what would have happened if I never would have stepped out on faith. Would I have been able to be as successful as I am or will be in the future? What if I'm just sitting back working a 9 to 5, singing my shoulda, coulda, woulda, and never ever taking that leap? So I'm grateful, and I'm excited. I'm already, like I said, a month out, and things are already happening. So it's worth it if you. And we're all scared to jump. Because that jump is bumpy, it's rocky, it hurt. You got scrapes and bruises, but eventually you'll begin to soar. And I think Steve Harvey mentioned that. But so I'm excited about soaring. I'm still bumping right now. Got a couple scratches, but I'll be all right.
You know what? An interesting question with that is because sometimes they say, we were just talking about that. You said you either got it or you don't. How would someone know that they got it, that they have it, do you think that anyone that puts their mind to it can have success if they're truly focused and give that same energy and effort that they give to what I like to call a false sense of security at their 9 to 5. Like, do you think that anyone can achieve what they set out to achieve?
Absolutely, because when you think about what your dream is and what your passion is, it's already something that's born inside of you.
Right.
You know, you don't just wake up one day and say, I'm going to take pictures. You know, it's already, you have an eye for it. It's already something that was birthed in you, and it continuously knocks in the back of your mind. Right. And eventually it gets to be, you know, put on the front burner. And then you begin to develop the skill, develop your talent, and the hunger for it comes. So you can absolutely be successul at what your passion is if you dedicate the time to really grow it. But you gotta want it. You gotta want it. You know, when I think about comedy and the big names that are on the stages right now, they were born with the funny. They were born with the talent, the technique they had to develop, and they worked at it for so long, and they still work at it every day. Every day you work on it, whether you're doing it voluntarily or involuntarily. You work on it every day because it's inside of you. Right. And that's how you become successful. So I absolutely believe as long as you are dedicating yourself to it, absolutely.
Definitely. And on that note, y'all, you know, success is not a destination, it's a lifestyle. Find joy in productive things, and I'm pretty sure you guys got a lot to take away from this conversation. Till next time.
Bye, y'all.